Welcome back in the pursuit of wealth, crypto traders and investors. It's Rod with Pow Group, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news and interviews. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd. It's a brand new month, and I hope you had a great long weekend. In this video, we're going to take a look at Litecoin. We'll bring up the LTC chart. I'll give my thoughts and opinions on the technicals and the price action, what to expect there in the days, weeks, months ahead. Spoiler alert, there could be a massive move loading, and I'll give my thoughts and opinions on where we could be heading. Before we do, make sure to smash the like. If you're new, you can subscribe. Tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. And full disclosure, I do own Litecoin in my portfolio. It's not a massive holding, but I hold it nonetheless. So full transparency there. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. We've seen a recovery in the market. So we were pretty weak going into the beginning of this week, and we have tons of catalysts that are loading as well. We have Congress coming back from the August recess, so we could very well see the Clarity Act and Market Structure Bill, which is essentially the final piece of the puzzle. Is going to distinguish what's what, so what's a commodity, what's not, what's security, what's not, and it's going to give clear rules of the road. It'll be that internet in the 1996 Telecommunications Act moment where you're going to have finally clear rules of the road that the biggest economy in the world, biggest capital markets in the world are going to be clear on. And that, in my opinion, is going to be the green light for massive upside. But then couple that with altcoin ETFs. Litecoin is one of those alts that are front running. Who could see an altcoin ETF approved really in the next month or two? I would say month or two, but I would say it's like at least a 80 to 90% chance that we get a slew of altcoin ETFs ahead of the October deadline. So the next month or two, we're seeing Bitcoin dominance really fall off a cliff as well. But nice recovery here in the market. There's so many bullish catalysts, rate cuts coming potentially as well. We also opened a trade on Litecoin. So if you haven't already checked this out, there's going to be links for this in the description in the comment section for BTCC Crypto Exchange. We're doing a trading challenge right now. There's currently 27 people copying my trades on BTCC. It's very simple. When I buy, you buy. When I sell, you sell. So you can learn. It's a great way to learn. And you can also get a bunch of perks as well for using the link in the description. So 10% bonus on your first time deposit. Just has to be a minimum of $500. And you can get extra bonuses of up to $10,000 per user. No KYC required. And it's been trusted for 14 years, never been hacked. Again, you can check out the link in the description. We've got about a 75% win rate at the moment, meaning 75% of the trades that I take have been winners. So you can check out, like I said, the link if you'd like to sign up and do the copy trading. So Litecoin here on the 4-hour time frame, we're very close to seeing an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. And we also confirmed a 4-hour uptrend. We have our low, high, higher low, and higher high. We also have an inverse head and shoulders here forming on the 4-hour time frame, which could bring us up to roughly about 115. And the fact that we're confirming this 4-hour uptrend ahead of this EMA 12 and 26 bull cross shows us that we could very well see continuation, and we do have price action resistance at 116.25. So it's looking like 115 could be in the cards here over the next call it day or so, since we're on the 4-hour time frame. But one pattern that I really want to share with you that is mega bullish at the moment is the 50 and the 200 weekly moving average bull cross. So let me bring up XRP here for a second. Look what happened when XRP had the 50-week moving average was below the longer term, the 200 weekly. When this happens on the daily time frame, it's called a golden cross. So that just happened on Litecoin back here in the first week of August. But typically what happens with these moving averages, they're lagging indicators, right? So they track the price. So what happens is you usually have a big move up, then you get the cross, and then you consolidate, and then you go again. And something similar happened with XRP. So you can see here we had a big price increase, and then the bull cross of the 50 and the 200 weekly. We consolidated a bit, and then we went again. So by that logic, if we bring up the Litecoin chart here, we just had our big move, we consolidated, we get the cross, and we're looking to go again. And then we could easily be back up around that 200 to 250 mark, in my opinion, as this is mega bullish. Let's just zoom out on the chart, and actually this is, yeah, here it is here. So the 50 weekly and the 200 weekly cross bullish here. So again, you can see that we had this run up, we had a bit of a pullback here as well into that cross, and then we went again. So as you can see, when we had that bull cross, the price was at 168 and then went all the way up to $400. Now we're looking at the second the next time, this is the second time in about 4 years. Yes, 4 years. So this time we're getting clear rules of the road, we're getting rate cuts, and we're getting potential altcoin ETFs. So I really don't think people are prepared for where things are going to go. I think that Litecoin in full-blown alt season, which could happen over the next few months, I believe that we're in the early stages right now. We're just not quite in the thick of it. But I do think that somewhere around $500 to $1,000 is very, very likely for Litecoin this cycle. We do have a little bit of a red flag here. We had the stochastic cross bearish, but we're saving the 10-week moving average, and we're trying to avoid a MACD bear cross here at the moment. So overall, it's looking very good, and holding that $100 area as support. It's also a weekly bull flag. So if we zoom out here to the weekly time frame, and we get our fib tool, and we go from the low here to the high, you can see here that on this weekly consolidation and higher low, we held the 0.32 fib at that $100 psychological level, and the 0.32 fib was there at 101. So you take your measured move there from the low to the high, and you move it out to your 0.32 fib. I like to use it based on log scale as well. And if you've got a measured move up around 159. So I might even look to take another trade on Litecoin. Like I said, we just closed one on BTCC. It was about 11% gain. And I might look to load up here again. I'd like to get it a little bit closer back down to that 100, but we'll see what happens here. If we get another pullback, I might pull the trigger. But I might even wait for the weekly bounce to get underway, because if we break the high of the previous weekly candle and we start the bounce, there's a good chance that this weekly bull flag confirms. And you have to look at what other names are doing. The S&P 500 confirmed a weekly bull flag. We had Bitcoin confirm a weekly bull flag shortly after the S&P 500. That's generally the sequence of events, essentially. And then with Ethereum, it actually confirmed a weekly bull flag as well. So that increases the odds that we're going to see other names in the space do so as well. So looking at Litecoin here, like I said, as long as we hold 101, there's no major red flags. And in order to actually, we did confirm the weekly bull flag. I just noticed that. So we had our low, our high, higher low, and higher high, but we ended up seeing a bull trap and fake out into consolidation again. And a lot of that had to do with the S&P 500 and weakness in the sector and pulling back. So we got the news that the Fed was more than likely going to cut rates in September, but then we had that sell-off and tariff uncertainty, all kinds of stuff. So we're just maintaining key support there at 101, and we've already confirmed it. So like I said, the next time we start the weekly bounce, I think that could be a monster trade. Even if we entered on a break of last week's high at 118.64 and we hit that bull flag target, that's about a 34% move from here. And then with BTCC, you can use leverage. I don't recommend being a complete degen, risking your life savings or anything like that, and putting in any more than you can afford to lose. Definitely don't do that. But definitely don't go doing like 500x leverage, because that's what they offer it up to. You'll be absolutely wrecked. I don't even really dabble too much with the 100x's. I've done it a couple of times, but mostly I stick to around 10x, 20x on the high end, and most of my trades are around 5x. But 5x leverage. So let's say you get 34%, 35% gain. Well, if you do a 2x, right, you're looking at about a 70% gain. So that's why I love BTCC. It's super simple, very easy to use. It definitely takes some getting used to if you don't know how to navigate a crypto exchange. It's a little bit more advanced using these perpetual futures. All futures is they're contracts. So you're not actually trading the underlying asset. You're trading a contract, and you're betting on the price in the future, so up or down. So with regards to perpetual, it's basically the contract is open indefinitely. So there's different types of contracts with regards to futures products. So you can do like weekly, daily, monthly contracts that expire, and then you pay a fee to open and close it. With perpetual, you pay a fee to open and close it, but you also pay a funding fee. So every 8 hours, you're charged a fee to keep that contract open. That's what perpetual means. But it's been a great learning opportunity. They offer tokenized stocks as well. So you can get like MicroStrategy on there. You can get Robinhood, all kinds of stuff, Apple, and you can trade futures in tokenized versions of stocks as well. So it's super cool. Make sure to check out the link in the description. All right, it's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Let me know what you think of this price target, and we'll continue the conversation in the comment section below. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next video.